Hi guys, we're on to game 9 in the season now, and for the past 2 weeks, we've been playing Ye Are Kung Fu, released in 1985 by Konami. As I said last time, this is a classic game, and a bit like Gradius, really defined the genre. But unlike Gradius, I gained little enjoyment from it. There are a few people that quite enjoyed this one, but for me, it was just a jank fest. I found the controls very unintuitive and fairly unresponsive. I'm not a fan of the genre, and for anyone who's not played this before, I wouldn't recommend it. If it's very nostalgic for you, then great, but objectively, I don't think it's a good game. A few people did pretty well at this one, so let's take a look at the scores. We had 13 scores submitted, and as a surprise to no one, I'm at the bottom. I put in a little bit of time, but just couldn't get on top of it. That said, lots of people did pretty well. Especially, I'd say, those getting over 300,000. In 5th, we got Milthy with 347,000. In 4th, Tiny Lou with another good performance, 395,000. In 3rd, a return to near the top, is Ian, with 396,000, just ahead of Tiny Lou. In 2nd, maybe not producing his absolute best, but getting a very good score nonetheless, is Paul. He got 550,000. At the top though, is a really excellent performance from Graham. I don't think he likes the game as much as Paul does, yet he's managed to put a highly impressive 650,000 points in. A very well done there, and that's a great win. So, onto the leaderboard. So we've lost 3 more people who won't be able to make the 5-game minimum. That leaves 20 on the leaderboard. Our big mover is Ian, after that excellent performance. He's up 4 into 8th. Our other mover is Paul. He's up 1 ahead of Blue Yak into 4th. At the top though, things narrowed last time, with Milthy taking the win, but with Graham now taking this win, he's extended his lead to the point where he almost can't be caught. With only 200 points still available, Graham's 160 points ahead of Milthy. So let's now see what our 9th game of the season will be. Okay, so on to our penultimate game of the season, and I've got 12 on the wheel here. That win for Graham has meant he's got another choice, and he's added DK3. So let's set things going and see what we get. Slowing down, or it was nearly Paperboy last time. And yeah, it is. So we've got Paperboy. Tricky controls, even with an actual arcade cabinet, but a cool one nonetheless. And yeah, Paperboy is a shmup. So I'll go make a short video and be back in a sec. So our 9th game of the season is Paperboy, released in 1985 by Atari. The game's an absolute classic, and it received many home ports as a result. You play as the titular Paperboy, and your goal is to deliver papers to the various houses along your route, whilst avoiding all the hazards. And there are many hazards indeed. There are a number of things that make this an interesting one. Firstly, the controls, where you have a bike handlebar, rather than a joystick or something more typical in the arcades. Certainly makes the cab stand out. Secondly, this game runs in a relatively high resolution, running at 480i rather than normal 240p. This means the sprites have lots of detail, and they look great. This game can be pretty frustrating, but it's one you need to learn, and I have no doubt I'll be gaining more enjoyment from this than Ye Are Kung Fu. Regarding playing, we'll be using the Rev 3 ROM, and we'll be using default settings as usual. We'll start on easy street and just play until you run out of lives. But even the easy setting here is quite challenging. So I hope you all enjoy playing a bit of Paperboy, and I'll be back in a couple of weeks with the scores. See you then.